What's up, ya holiday hoes? That's right, as you should know, and if you don't, then what the hell are you doing? Christmas is coming up, and you know what that means? That means you don't have any money in your bank account. Guaranteed. Just so we could get that warm fuzzy feeling inside that we helped not help other people, we gave other people stuff and whatnot. And with the holiday season coming up, people are buying games a lot. This is going nowhere. I'm just trying to lead into telling you that there was no news this week. Nothing happened. And this is also me realizing that the recap's gonna be harder than I thought, and I actually have to be creative, and it's gonna hurt. So this week, I am first gonna talk about the video game awards thing, because that did happen last week. You all forgot about it by now because the internet, but this is the first recap coming back from it, so let's talk about that briefly. Death Stranding didn't win. I knew it wasn't gonna win. I am so glad it did, and it shouldn't have with how controversial it was. No matter what you say about the game, if you love the game to death, you can't shy away from the fact that it wasn't fully well received. So that being said, I mean, it won something, even though I think Kingdom Hearts should have won soundtrack over Death Stranding, because Death Stranding's soundtrack is that. Dearly Beloved alone makes Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack amazing. Granted, it also does have Face My Fears, so that does... I know plenty of people like that song, but I'm not one of those people. Fuck that song. Sekiro, Shadow Dice Twice, won. I wasn't expecting that personally, but if it wasn't going to be Smash, it was probably going to be that. I think that was about the outcome that was more or less expected, and to piss the least amount of people off. Again, personal choice, Smash. I love smashing, but Smash did win Best Fighting Game, so I will take that. I do like that indie games are getting love, though. Good on the indie guys. And the world premieres are kind of boring. I mean, Xbox Series X is a thing, so there's that. And the game did get announced for the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 did get announced, but a game for it did get announced. So now it is official. The Series X looks like a PC, but not elongated. It's just a square, which is very interesting design choice. And the game that they decided to show did look really good if it was an engine like they said. Now that I remember, because I repressed this memory because people are stupid, but now since I have a camera in my face, I finally remembered it so I could bitch about it. Let's get to the bitching. Nintendo fans, especially Smash fans, they love to create certain scenarios and certain stories in their head and then roll with it. I think that's a lot of gamers. I think that's just a lot of people. They have something in their head, and they expect something, and that something doesn't happen, and they freak the fuck out. Case in point, no new character announcement for Smash, and no really new games. Like, Nintendo was showing off a lot of old stuff, really. Nintendo didn't have a presence. Like, outside of, you know, game creators being there, the world premiere part wasn't shit. But they didn't say there was going to be. Nintendo never announced that they were going to do anything cool for the Game Awards. There's actually zero reason to believe that they would have done something. Oh, but Joker was announced last year. And you think they're going to do it just because they did it once before? Like, you build up these expectations. You're the ones who were like, oh yeah, it's going to happen. They're going to probably announce this and this and this, and we're going to get a new character reveal, and and then it doesn't happen, and then you're like, fuck you, Nintendo, why didn't you do it? Even though they had no plans. And they didn't lie to anybody. They didn't say shit. It was just like, they didn't say anything. That's the whole thing. There's no reason to believe that they were going to do something. It's like being mad at a band for not playing a certain song at a concert, even though you shouldn't expect that song. I get it, it's a popular demand, but I'm pretty sure Blue Oyster Cult is tired of playing Godzilla. And really, the Video Game Awards is about the awards. They just had it out with world premieres and Green Day, which at first was a weird choice, but then I saw that, oh, it's a Beat Saber thing. And then I actually downloaded the Beat Saber thing, and there could have been better choices of songs. Like, yeah, they got the few chosen ones that everybody knows, but not even a new song that was shown off at the fucking thing. So like, it was like half good, half bad pack. Granted, it's only $8, but also they did introduce a 90-degree mode, which is actually really cool. But yeah, outside of Nintendo fans bitching, nothing else came out of it. I mean, Muppets were there, that was cool. Vin Diesel promoting the new game that doesn't look good. So that's that portion of the show. So usually I try to get 3 stories out, but again, most of it was just Game Awards and then nothing else memorable happened throughout this week. So, to close out this episode, that is the most non-scripted I've been, which, funny because I don't script these, I just outline them, and then I do heavy edits, as you can tell. I want to just talk about 2019, and the decade itself, briefly. 2019 was an interesting year for me. I moved out of my ex's place after staying with her after a year of us breaking up because we're that good of friends. It was not actually a problem. Quit 2 jobs. Started to actually try to make a living on my own doing this exact thing for not only you guys, but for other people, trying to freelance and just make money doing what I love instead of working a full-time job or even a part-time job and doing this at the same time and being stressed out. I'm in a position that I can work on my career, so I'm gonna work on my career. Now I'm not in a position to do that anymore, then I have to do and go out and do job stuff. Ugh. I just want to make videos. I'm a video editor. That's just what I do. It's on my mind 100% of the time. So if I can make a living off of it, that'd be fantastic. And if you went to my Patreon, you could totally help me do that. Shameless plug is shameless. But this year was the year that, not that I went ham on making content, but I revised how I make content. I've been making content since YouTube's been a thing, basically. Granted, my middle school self was awful at making videos, as most people were who were not in the industry at the time. But with the ease of access of tools to use and ways to learn, a lot of people have been more capable of doing YouTube, and it's more professional and it's more watched than normal TV, which is pretty insane when you really think about it. And this year, like just recently, I found the format that works for me. And I've switched my Let's Play content to Twitch, and I'm learning the ways of the Twitch, making sure my YouTube mindset cannot leak over to Twitch mindset because those are 2 different fields. But in other ways, they do meld together to help promote each other, but you have to treat the actual content differently, if you know what I mean. And I've been getting better at my Twitch game, and being able to simultaneously try to look at analytics outside of stream, but in stream, to actually just play the game and be entertaining. Obviously, there's still always going to be that showmanship that I'm going to give out. I still try to be professional about it, but I just need to it's different. Doing this is different than Twitch, and that Let's Play content isn't getting views when it's a channel like this. So, Let's Plays, Twitch. That was a huge move from this year, from going from a Let's Play account to being experimental for a period of time to now what it is now with the recaps and now the funny moment videos. So it's a little miscellaneous sometimes, but I have a normal schedule, normal like rebranding of the channel that's ultimately making it better. Huge changes for 2019. And the decade as a whole, I started this decade in high school. And now I'm gonna be, in a few months, 6 years out of high school. Which for some people who could be watching this is laughing at me because, oh, you youngster, only 6 years, because since time moves forward, you think you're better than me. Bam, got a little jab in there, bam, bam. But then there's also some of you that are probably still in high school. And you're like, wow, you're graduated? That actually makes a lot of sense. Like, look at your hair right now. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But, all through high school, I was known as the video guy. And so, it's obviously I've been a video person for a long time. Even before high school, I was getting known for video. And then high school came around, and I am at all the events, recording video. I'm doing stuff for the school, football games and other homecoming crap. And then we got like bands and choirs and plays and anything that the school needed, I was there. Anytime there's a project in school, I did a video. Even if it wasn't like one of the choices, which 75% of the time wasn't a choice, I'd go up to the teacher, like, hey, can I do a video instead and make it work with how you want it? I'll make a little thing for a book, or I will do text with 4 poems, or whatever the balls it is going to be. And they're like, yes. And I'm just like, cool. Even when there wasn't a project, I'd fucking do a video. And be like, can I get extra credit for this educational video? And that's just been my life. That's been my decade, is video games, videos, and martial arts. Because I am also a martial artist. So a lot of big changes have in my life, being going from high school, just doing stuff for school, and also my own YouTube thing, and still learning how that works, because you're always learning how it works. From doing freelancing outside of high school, working for a pro wrestling company, doing weddings, and doing stuff for bands, and just expanding. And now where I'm at now with YouTube, I don't have that great of a following, but I'm still happy with the kind of video or the kind of channel I have made for myself. And same thing with Twitch. I'm happy with what I've ended up with. And now all I could hope for is to get the traction the best way I can. So I know the second half of the video wasn't insanely comedic as my normal self on this, but I feel like for the end of the year, because I am going to be taking the next couple weeks off, I feel like being just a little sentimental, just kind of, and I've gotten a lot of new viewers and new subscribers just from this format itself. And so I just wanted you to have a little insight on what my life has been like, and then the kind of achievements I feel like I've accomplished just on this platform alone, not even or in the industry alone, not counting other stuff I've done, like become a martial artist teacher or stuff like that. I mean, obviously there's plenty of things wrong with my life. I transformed my dad's basement into a studio apartment. I have a broken car, and I'm broke. But outside of all the things you hear a lot from a country song, it could be worse. So, that being said, have a good Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or nothing, if that's just how you roll. You just are... Get drunk. I don't know. Just do something this year. And I will see you in the next decade. That being said, if you like this episode, thumbs up. If you want to see more from us, subscribe. And until next year, bye.